So years ago when I first walked up to this property and first found this old stone barn in the foothills of the Italian Alps, it took about 15 steps till I walked up the property, saw this front of the house, and immediately fell in love with it and knew that it was the place for us. But then the funny thing is that I didn't even go into the house. I immediately started walking all of the terraces, walking up these stone paths, exploring all of the terraces above it, and then later on, maybe an hour later, actually went into the house. But it was long before that I was determined that this was the place and the project that I wanted to devote the next several years of our lives restoring this old barn. But now that we're several years into working on this house, it's so easy to lose sight of that and forget how beautiful the surrounding area is, the terraces, and everything that this land has to offer. And I usually spend my mornings drinking a nice cup of coffee on the balcony, but I need to start spending more time up here on the terraces, not just enjoying the view, but also enjoying this entire scenery all these terraces and this land have to offer. So before I can get into the actual real project for today, I need to work on this because starting on Monday, which is in just 3 days from now, we have a tile guy coming to help me tile this entire balcony and all of these stairs with the most beautiful old terracotta style tile, which is just awesome. Really excited about it. But we're having a little bit of an issue with water coming into this side of the stone house from the stairs. I need to solve that before we do the tiling. So along the stairs where the concrete stairs meet the stone walls, there are a few, gaps here that sometimes when it rains really hard, water can get into there. And we might not have done the best sloping on the stairs. We're gonna try to fix that a little bit in the tiling. But for the most part, what I need to do is build up just a small little concrete little wall that'll act as a little blocking point to stop the water, and we'll add some waterproofing over that, so in case the stairs are flooding, it stops water from getting into the house there. Alright, I think it's going to be a pretty easy process. We're just going to use a piece of wood to set up a just general guideline. Mix this up pretty thick so that it should dry quickly. And then realistically, it's the waterproofing that I put over top of this that will 100% stop it. It's just I need something to adhere the waterproofing to. I need a bunch of these. Alright, so just to feel extra secure in this, I'm going to mortar up the rise of the stairs as well as the first, few inches of the stones. I still want to maintain a bit of the dry stacked look in this wall here, but I just want to make sure that all of the seams, about this high off of the stairs are covered just for that extra peace of mind. Well, I have no idea what I was thinking, but I mixed up way too much concrete. Well, that's okay, because I need to cover up all of these pipes. Should have done it forever ago. But that's okay, I'll get to it eventually. Basically, the only reason besides aesthetics is mice will chew on them. You can actually see on this pipe here that a mouse chewed on it. Probably something bigger chewed on that one. But basically, just need to protect all of these pipes.
Our friends gave us some flowers that we were going to be able to plant, and I am loving these terracotta pots. They're their pots, so we're going to give them back, but it makes me really want to get some terracotta pots to put around the property. I just think it adds a lot of dimension to the property. This area back here where we have done the flowers, we do plan on planting flowers at the bottom as well, but we're going to, I think, dig out some of that and help with drainage, because right now we have a pretty big problem of the water sinking into underneath the balcony, which is not good. So we need to fix that, and then we can plant some flowers. But for now, these are going to be in pots. I think we're going to go get some pots at some point and transplant those so we can give the pots back. One of our next projects that I am very excited about is doing trim in the upstairs. It's amazing to me because when we have started finishing these other details like the window seats, I didn't even notice the trim, like where the transition was kind of wonky. And now that the window seats are in, it's kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So I'm very excited to get the trim up, specifically in our bedroom.
All right, so we'll do a couple of test strips on making our own trim. The style of trim that I want, you can't buy here, or at least I can't figure out where to buy it. So we're gonna make it ourselves. We'll do 2, maybe 3 versions, and then we'll take it inside, decide what we like the best. It's gonna be a little difficult to tell.
Yeah.
Imagine they're all painted white.
Of course.
Number one, I want it to be like plain and simple. Just a little bit of the edge off of it.
I agree.
Probably maybe a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But the main thing to decide is height.
Okay.
Do you want it to be 10 centimeters? Or do you want it to be 8 centimeters like so?
I think 10.
Really? I think 8. Originally I thought 10, but now that I see it.
It depends on what you want. This is a more modern look, that's a more rustic look. Well, I gotta go saute my zucchini before they burn, but...
We'll do 10.
Yeah, well no, you can do 8 if you want, that's fine.
All right, well, all of our lumber here is ready and waiting. Last week we went to our local lumber yard. We got all of this tongue and groove floorboards because it's the cheapest wood that you can buy, and it's already been planed and sanded and it's ready to go. We're just gonna cut off the tongue and groove and then get down to either the 8 or 10. I need to decide one way or another. It's these small details that I get hung up on that realistically don't matter whatsoever once it's all painted and done. But rather quickly, we should be able to slice this up, paint it, and get ready to trim up the house. But before I get to that, I just noticed that all of this mortar is just the right consistency. You want it to go on, kind of harden up a little bit, and then come back and shape it, polish it. Even go back over everything with a wet brush and kind of smooth everything out.
I'm always looking for fun and engaging ways to supplement the girls' education, and my favorite way to do that is with KiwiCo. KiwiCo is a monthly subscription service that will deliver a new and exciting hands-on project for your child each and every month. KiwiCo makes learning so much fun, and the girls always look forward to each new crate that they receive. Alexa is working on building her very own printing press with the Doodle Crate, which I think is so cool. It's teaching her building skills and letting her express her creativity, all the while learning a new skill.
Wait, that looks so cool.
Chloe is actually making a bottle rocket launcher using the Tinker Crate, which I think is very impressive. I think actually Bradey is a little bit jealous of this one.
I know it! better this time.
The Tinker Crate focuses on projects that build science and engineering skills. I love watching the girls work on these projects all on their own. The instructions are laid out in a way that is very simple for them to understand, and they can follow through step by step. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck, but they can always figure it out and move forward, and they find a sense of pride knowing that they accomplished this themselves. No matter the age or the interest of your child or your grandchild, KiwiCo has something to offer them. KiwiCo crates are the perfect way to supplement your child's education all throughout the year. If you want to give your kids or your grandkids a gift that will bring out their creativity and help them to learn some new skills, you can use our code RAISINGVoyagers to get 50% off your first monthly crate. Thank you so much to KiwiCo for sponsoring today's video.
You know, it will be nice to have this place completely properly finished up, like, you know, a sink in there, and not have it be a construction zone and my workshop and my wood shop, and just have it be the outdoor space that it was designed to be. But it's gonna be a while. And I don't mind it being halfway in between as long as I get to have a barbecue every once in a while. So we're gonna do 15 of those.
Okay.
When you're done, you'll just need to, I don't even know, carry it and stand it up somewhere else in some kind of pile.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we have 15 of these boards to get through. On the first pass, we're gonna shave off the tongue. The second pass will both give us the proper height of the base molding, as well as shave off the groove. All right, so they're all cut down to the right height now. The thing that I'm a little bit worried about is the table saw marks on the top edge. So even after we put in the chamfer, you're still gonna see that, and it's this top edge that catches dust, which you have a lot of in a stone house apparently. And you want to make sure it's nice and smooth and proper to be able to dust all that off and really just to look nice actually. So probably gonna go through one more step and take it through this guy right here. This is our edge joiner. It's already set up, ready to go. Might as well do things properly and run it through that process as well. Well, I mean, everything's set up, everything's ready in my very messy workshop here. But I'd hate to do it all and then just not be pleased with how that edge looks, so do it right the first time.
The final step, we are going to be adding a profile to the trim, so it's going to give it a little bit of extra detail. We're going to use this machine for that.
Well, hey, I estimate we just saved about $400 in trim just for a couple hours of work. Not too bad. Not to mention the fact that we get the exact style of trim that we want, which I wasn't able to find anywhere else, and this is much higher quality material versus plastic, which is what mostly you can buy around this area.
Whoop.
Pivot! Pivot!
Being up here painting on the balcony brings me back to when we were first painting the ceiling for all of the downstairs, the subfloor for the upstairs. We painted all of those boards white, and it took us forever, but painting is one of my favorite jobs, so I'm happy to be back at the painting station.
Well, we're really pushing hard because we only have 2 days left with this balcony, and then it's off limits to us. So I'd like to paint all of these trim boards on the balcony, get the chop saw set up, be able to go in and out of our bedroom with all of the various cuts and get the base molding completely finished up, hopefully within the 2 days, but that's pushing it a little bit because after those 2 days, we're going to be working on the tile on the balcony because Monday we have a tile guy coming to help me out, or rather I'm going to be helping him, I think, because I'm more of a tile apprentice than actually know what I'm doing. But we're going to tile this entire balcony, the stairs leading up to it. I think it's going to take a good while because of carving out around all of the stones. Then once and for all, the balcony is off limits to all future work. No more dripping paint and concrete on the balcony because it will be finished. The nice thing with the weather right now is these are drying basically instantly. So
fast.
I want to get 2 coats on these. So it's been like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And these are already perfectly dry, ready for the second coat. So if you could work on getting
I'm trying to be fast.
second coat on these. I'm feeling the pressure here. I really want to start installing because I know we have limited time to use this balcony because look at what Heather's doing to it. Dripping all over it. That's not exactly an option once we have tile ups. So we just got to get through this project. All right, so when I installed the parquet flooring, I was very careful to make sure that none of the wood touched the wall. Well, a few of the boards slipped out of place. Actually, these ones slipped out of place because the glue didn't hold. That's interesting, I'm able to push them right back. But some of them slipped out of place and the glue kind of bound, and they're stuck touching the wall. So on a few spots I need to go back and cut them out just to be extra safe, extra peace of mind. Like, we saw no expansion contraction over the summer, winter months, all different temperatures, heating the floor, not heating the floor. No expansion whatsoever, but just for peace of mind, I want that gap. So I've gone back and forth on if I should use glue as well as nails. And I've decided against using glue. One, I don't have it, and I don't want to go to the store. And two, I think these nails, I think it's gonna work. We have a double layer of drywall. I've never nailed into a double layer of drywall before, but I'm assuming it's gonna catch and grip a lot better, because that's what I'm hoping for, because I have no clue where the studs are. We're just gonna nail all over the place and patch it and just hope for the best. Yeah, I think that's plenty good. I'm using really thick, heavy duty screws. I'd rather just go overboard and come back and plug the holes and paint over top of it and touch up paint than worry about it coming off in the future. I think on edges like this, I'm just gonna use the chop saw to add like a little chamfer to it. Just right ever so right here. Man, that does make a really fast, big difference. Just covering up that transition like that, man. And then all of the little bits and pieces, I'll go back over with touch-up paint later on.
All right, 3 are ready for you. I mean, this one's wet. That one's probably ready. And then there we go. I gotta go get Chloe ready for her Spanish lesson. I'll be back out in a minute.
Get in there.
What?
Get in there. Cool. Good to go. Man, if it wasn't for having to move this bed, I feel like this room would be done in about 10 minutes. It's surprising how fast it goes. Actually, I don't think I've ever shown you guys the rugs that I picked up here. These rugs I found in Morocco. This one, and quite a lot of the other rugs in the house are all from Morocco, a few from Turkey as well. But I just love these old heirloom pieces. All of the colors here are made from vegetable dyes, and you'll have to excuse it because it's a little bit faded and dusty and dirty. We need to vacuum it off from all of the construction. But they have two sides. There's a summer side and there's a winter side here. And 100% of the colors are vegetable dye. So all of the oranges are saffrons, the blue is indigo. Yeah, so they find all of these vegetables and spices and flowers and mash it up and make dye, and dye all of the fibers, which are a blend usually, if I remember correctly, of camel and sheep, but that could be wrong. And then they make a summer side, which is not as fluffy, and a winter side, which is a little bit fluffier and has a little bit more warmth to it. Because a lot of them were meant as like individual personal sleeping mats. These ones are expected to be like 50, 60, 70, up to 80 years old. And it's been kind of a hobby of mine to go around to the carpet shops when I'm in Morocco or Turkey and pick out the ones that I like and kind of save them up and collect them. And now we're decorating the entire house with them. But these are truly heirloom pieces. Like they were made originally as dowry for a woman getting married and then as heirloom passed down from generation to generation. And you'd expect them to be really expensive, which they are if you don't haggle properly. But most of these I get cheaper than if you go to a big box store like Lowe's in the US or Leroy Merlin here. It's cheaper to buy these heirloom rugs from Morocco than to buy it from the big box stores.
I feel like I need a grand reveal. I'm not gonna look.
Oh, just look.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna caulk along the top, patch the holes, one more coat of paint, but that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
That's a huge difference. It looks finished.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It looks incredible. Hold on, let me move your batteries.
Wait. Well, there we go. That's one room completely finished. It feels really, really good to have that checked off my to-do list. I've been staring at that for who knows how long, knowing that it needed to be done. And well, if I had realized how fast it would be to put it up, I probably would have done it a lot sooner. And realistically, just 2 more rooms to do. All right, switching gears a little bit because the concrete has dried enough that I can wire brush over top of it. I've already passed over it all with a wet brush just to shape it up, but I need to use the wire brush to clean it up now that it's all dry. All right, so this one's a little bit tricky. And knowing myself, I've already written all along this area, no nails, because there's just a mess of water pipes running through here. And what was it? I put a screw or a nail through here a long time ago and had to redo one of the pipes. So not today, I've marked it, no nails. Well, some nails. I put nails here, and that's it. Okay, hold on. There's also a no nail point here too. Oh boy. Well, good morning. We're spending our Saturday hiking to Lago Branchino. Right now, I think we're going up and over this mountain pass here onto the other side, and there should be a beautiful, what I think is a glacier lake on the other side of it, and of course, a refugio. But man, look at these views. You can see that small town down there. That's what we drove through on the way up here. Hiking up and over this mountain to get to the lake. Can I put you on the spot and ask you a question for you to answer honestly?
Sure.
How much do you do this just because I make you versus how much do you enjoy it?
I mean, well, I enjoy it, but also I have to keep going because you have the phone for the music. So I have to chase after you.
That's a good method. It's a good system. Honestly, feeling a little bit more depleted than usual, but man, it's worth it for these views. This is a stunning valley. Whew, but I'm ready for food. Man, when the options for a Saturday are stay home and just rest and do nothing, maybe go out to a town and explore a little bit, or come out here, and yes, it is a little bit exhausting, but you end up with views like this, I'll choose this every day of the week. This is awesome. This is a beautiful area to go hiking. We made it. Look at this environment.
Oh, in the shade.
Not a bad spot to have lunch.
On the legs that hold the chair you never see until they disappear, and you fall to the ground. I'm the cold that shields the rain, will keep you dry, you never will complain. You don't need me in the sun, and I can't